It's Thursday, May 26, 2022. It's 12:19 p.m., 70 degrees Fahrenheit. We're in Midtown here. We're doing a tour of the Midtown neighborhood in St. Louis. This is Chaifetz Arena, where the St. Louis University Billikens play basketball. Over that way is Harris Stowe State University. So we're going to walk along St. Louis U here. It's beautiful. Midtown, this is one of 79 neighborhoods in the city of St. Louis. Okay, here's the Billiken Statue right out here in front. Well, here's the baseball stadium. So Chaifetz Arena over there, that opened in 2008. Larry Hughes, of course, played SLU basketball, but not at that arena. And right over here we have Hermann Stadium. The first game here was in 1999. They've won 10 national championships in soccer. That's the most of any school. Bob Golker was the coach for 5 of those championships. Harry Keel also won 5 as a coach. And we've had Pat McBride played here. He was the coach of the Steamers, the indoor soccer team. Jack Gilson, Pat Leahy, who became a kicker for the New York Jets. Jim Cavanaugh, founder of Worldwide Technology. Mike Sorber, played for the U.S. national team. Brian McBride, Brad Davis. So none of those people I mentioned played here in this stadium. Of course, the first game was in 1999. This is Hermann Stadium. They did make it to the quarterfinals last year. There's Monsanto Hall there. They teach chemistry there. Okay, so this is McElwain Hall right over here. They teach biology there. You can see it. See the Bush Student Centers down there. This is the bookstore over here. That's McElwain Hall, where they teach biology. So this is founded in 1818. It's the first university west of the Mississippi River by Bishop de Berg. It was founded. We have a high school here named after him, where my parents went to school. He was technically the first bishop of St. Louis is Rosati. He's buried in a vault in the basement of the old cathedral downtown. Bishop de Berg was the bishop of Louisiana still. We were part of the Louisiana Purchase. Okay, so we're taking a peek through here for right now. This is where Grand Hall is. See these beautiful fountains A lot of statues around here in different places. There's nothing particularly historic about them. Most of them are from the 1990s. They're not that old. They're all over the place. And you can see those arches there that people walk through. They call them the gateways. Enrique Bolaños went here. He was the president of Nicaragua, August Bush IV. They threw the first forward pass in football in 1906, but their last season was in 1949. Rex Sinkfeld went here in 1973. He established the first S&P 500 index fund. And also Marshall McLuhan taught here from 1937 to 1944. He was a famous philosopher. The medium is the message. He predicted electronic marketing and the World Wide Web. And he had a cameo in Annie Hall in 1977, which won the Academy Award for Best Picture. Okay, so this is still all St. Louis University here in the heart of Midtown. But we are going to make a left turn down here on Spring. We're going to come back to this. Okay, so down here, that building right there is the old National Guard Armory. That's where Arthur Ashe and Jimmy Connors played tennis. They played each other in the 1975 Wimbledon final. Arthur Ashe won. Jimmy Connors did win 2 Wimbledons. But they played at the Armory right over there. That's Highway 6440. That's still in Midtown. Arthur Ashe went to Sumner High School. Tina Turner also went there. Harold Wheeler also went to Sumner High School. He was the musical director on Dancing with the Stars for a few years and did a great job. Also Robert McFerrin Sr., along with Arthur Ashe. Well, we don't want to get too far off the subject. So we're going to take a look here at this City Foundry, this food hall down here. This is also in Midtown, in the southwest corner of Midtown. Now that's IKEA across the way there. That's technically in the Central West End. So we're about 3 or 4 miles away from the Gateway Arch right now. You go from the arch out, you go downtown, then downtown west, then Midtown, where we're at. And if you keep going west, you go to the Central West End, and then Forest Park. So this is the food hall at City Foundry. Okay, we're back up here at St. Louis U again. See the Berg Hall here, these flags. Okay, this is the clock tower here. This was built in 1993. Again, you see statues around here. And right behind us here's the Samuel Cupples House. It's a Romanesque revival, built in 1890. He was a businessman, sold woodenware. His partner was Robert Brookings. Brookings Hall at Wash U is named after him. They were partners. So it's free admission there. That's right here on the campus, St. Louis University. Over here again you see those flags, the Center for Global Citizenship. Well, you see it's beautiful back here. This isn't exactly the way I was planning on going, but it's okay. We'll come back to the other things I have planned. Everyone in St. Louis is still recovering from that big Game 5 overtime win against Colorado in the playoffs last night. There's that Samuel Cupples House again. And this is the Museum of Contemporary Religious Art right here. Okay, so here's the Berg Hall. This was the first building built for this campus in the late 1800s. The Berg Hall, that's the first. And this is the statue of St. Ignatius. Okay, we finally made it up here to Grand and Lindell. That's the St. Francis Xavier Church. It was built in 1884. It's Gothic Revival style. It's the most popular spot for Catholic weddings in St. Louis. St. Francis Xavier Church. And we're right up here at Grand and Lindell. Now this whole area east of Grand was called Lindell's Grove. And in 1861, it's where Camp Jackson was. Claiborne Jackson was the governor of Missouri, and he was a Confederate sympathizer. And under the direction of General Daniel Frost, they were training here at Camp Jackson to raid the federal arsenal in the city. And Abraham Lincoln appointed General Nathaniel Leon over in this area, and he actually dressed up like a woman and spied on him, and then they ambushed him to save the federal arsenal in the city from the Confederates getting it. And Leon was the first Union general to be killed in the Civil War, and that was in Springfield, Missouri, a couple hours west of here. Daniel Frost's daughter, Harriet, donated $1 million to this campus here in the 1950s. She died shortly after, but it was under the condition that they would take down a statue of Nathaniel Leon, and they did. They moved it to Leon Park, which is right across from the Anheuser-Busch Brewery downtown. So this was called the Frost Campus. They've gotten away from that now with that history. They now call it the North Campus. So the South Campus is a bit further south from here. It's in a different neighborhood, the Tiffany neighborhood. That's where the medical campus is. That's where Jan Garavaglia went. She was the chief medical examiner in Orange County, Florida, in Orlando during the Casey Anthony trial. They also have a campus in Madrid, Spain, and the law school is in downtown St. Louis. So this is the North Campus. Okay, we're back here at Chaifetz. We're going to wrap up this tour of Midtown. There's a couple other things I do want to mention. In the northeast corner of Midtown is where the Scott Joplin House is. It's a National Historic Landmark. I'm not going to show you that on this video, but I did do a video on it. I wasn't able to film in there, but I did play clips of 4 of his songs. That's a video I did a few months ago. Also, it's where the birthplace of T.S. Eliot is. That building has been demolished, but there is a plaque showing where he was born and grew up. He was a famous poet and playwright. He won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1948, and his grandfather's William Greenleaf Eliot, who was one of the founders of Wash U. And it was actually called Eliot Seminary at the very beginning, before they changed it to Washington University when the charter passed on George Washington's birthday. Now, the other thing that I want to mention very quickly is right across the highway down that way, a little further south, not far, is where the first gas station was. So it was primitive, a lot different than today. They used gravity, had a hose go down into your car, but that is where the first gas station was, right on the other side of Highway 40, right over there on Teresa Avenue. Okay, thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe.